hoping she'll be a good girl by the time I get home. Yeah. Y'all call that personality. She's good. Yeah. Chad told me to come home. Is she a good role for you guys? Uh-huh. Oh, I will, yeah.
But he says we can start without him if we need to. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't.
No, you're fine. I just making sure.
Just one thing after another. So do we want to wait for him or? Okay. Okay. Video all those good? Call to order the regular council meeting for the town of Evansville. May I have a roll call, please? Here?
Here.
Councilmember Michael Scott.
Here.
Councilmember Dacia Edwards. Here. Councilmember Greg Lustig.
Here.
Chief of Police Mike Thompson. Fire Chief Leo Molson.
Here.
Public Works Director Robert Malone.
Here.
Town Clerk Janelle Underwood, enlisted citizens. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have a motion to approve the agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item 1, consent agenda. Approval of the minutes for January 9th, 2023. Approval of business license for Acme Sheet Metals, Wyoming. I have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 2, Mike Morrissey with Rocky Mountain Power franchise.
That's my cue.
That's your cue. Yes, sir.
So I apologize, my IT skills didn't allow me to send it over a copy so we can do the old fashioned way. And to make it matters worse, my copy machine only allowed me to make 4 copies, and I need one to read it. So
No worries. We can
I'm sorry
share.
to make you have to share.
Oh, you're fine.
Well, thank you again. My name is Mike Morrissey. I represent Rocky Mountain Power, and I'm here to discuss the upcoming franchise ordinance that expires in May of 2023. So this was originally signed, I'll just say roughly May of 1998, and was good for 25 years. So in the slide deck I've provided you, Mr. Mayor and Town Council, my sub agenda and your agenda is to talk about a little bit of news with Rocky Mountain Power. What are we doing around the state? What's going on? Some of our WattSmart incentive projects, which Janelle and I have talked about and may be able to fill you in the back office. Community support discussion and our current costs and where they stand. So with that, I was just going to tell you that yes, we are moving forward with a nuclear power plant. Doesn't look like it's going to be able to operate until 2030, but it's going to be over in Kemmer. They're looking at another 5 sites for similar sodium cooled reactors, which is not a new technology, but it is a new to operational technology in the nuclear power unit. It's not a pressurized water reactor. It's a safer ambient pressure reactor system that would more than likely be placed near existing coal-fired power plants. The reason being that way we take advantage of existing transmission infrastructure. Other news in the state, right now or in the month of February, every Rocky Mountain Power ratepayer is going to see 0.3% increase in their bills. And that comes from the state legislature mandating that is collected and be used for coal, carbon capture and utilization storage, technological review and research to go forward with being able to continue extending the life of coal-fired power plants for as long as possible. So it's not a huge hit, but it is a hit that folks may notice. On the first page after the introduction slide, I just mentioned a couple WattSmart or energy efficiency programs that could be potential that Janelle has discussed with me a little bit, which is lighting upgrades. Some of the facilities have already been upgraded. We discussed the fire station. Big ways to save power. Lighting. I mean, you could save a lot of money the more lighting you have. Upgrading from even, it could be incandescent or it could even be these fluorescent going to LEDs. Now, there's an upfront capital cost, but a long-term cost, operating cost savings potential. We have engineers that would discuss that with your city administrator and can give you more details if that's something you wanted to pursue. As well as HVAC upgrades. If you've got heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems that maybe are aged and you plan to do an upgrade and maybe you upspend slightly to get a more efficient compressor system, condenser system, we would potentially offer incentives to do that long-term. You could save money for your operating costs, but it would cost more upfront. So that's it for WattSmart issues. And I wanted to just talk a little bit about what we do for the community that involves the greater Casper, Evansville area with respect to community funding. Food Bank of Wyoming, formerly known as, I think it was Wyoming Food Bank of the Rockies. We contribute to them as well as volunteer work. Some of our guys go over there and do volunteer work. Other examples in the Casper area, the Wyoming Rescue Mission, Friends of the Wyoming Veterans Museum, which is out near the airport, Platte River Revival, which affects all the communities along here, Mills, as well as Evansville, along the Platte River. We support the Economic Development Engine, Advance Casper, the Casper Area Chamber, and Visit Casper as examples. Just wanted to touch on that. Finally, the map. So I'm on this page of the U.S. If you take a look at that, you'll see that Wyoming, we are blessed in energy costs. We are the lowest on average cost of electricity in all 50 states. Be grateful we don't live in Alaska or Hawaii. It's very expensive for power. So with that said, within the state of Wyoming, we are nearly the cheapest power company. We are one of the 3 investor-owned utilities: Rocky Mountain Power, Montana Dakota Utilities, based out of Sheridan, and then finally Black Hills Energy Supplies, Cheyenne. We're the cheapest of all those, but we lose out to Lower Valley Electric in Teton Valley. Most of their power comes from hydroelectric generation. So that's good news. We're very affordable when it comes to power, believe it or not. And then the last page kind of just shows you what we're dealing, well, second to last page, what we deal with. Cost of healthcare has gone up 250% in the last 30 years, where Rocky Mountain Power or energy costs have probably gone up on the order of 50% in the last 30 years. Just a data point for you. Last one is competitive rates throughout the region. It's this histogram on the last page, and we are very affordable in the region, basically the Intermountain West, as well as bits of California, etc. So with the upcoming franchise ordinance expiration, I just wanted to offer up an opportunity for you to ask questions if you have any about what an ordinance is, what is Rocky Mountain Power doing, anything I might have not talked about. And if you can't think of the questions tonight, I will be back for more questions if you'd like to ask later.
Verify what the franchise agreement percentage is.
It is 2.5% directly on your bill. You'll see 200. So let's say you spend $100 on power from Rocky Mountain Power, you will pay $102.50. And that $2.50 will go directly. It's a pass-through. We collect it and we give it to the city of or town of Evansville. There is another 1% that's embedded in the rates. So you don't see that on your bill, but overall you collect 3.5%. And in case you're interested, that means you collected $32,448 in 2022 with that embedded 1%. And then you also collected $81,151 for the 2.5% that's visible on your bill. So your total collection from Rocky Mountain Power's franchise fee was $113,568 in 2022.
You know how that compares to the surrounding communities? So they also went to 3.5?
It's on the low end. Surrounding communities have raised their rates. The big gorilla in the city is higher. We talked about that. They're in the 6% range. The 1% comes out of the base rates. Oh yeah, the number $32,448 the town of Evansville was able to collect from that 1%. Yes. You bet. When I say total percent of a franchise fee, I'm including, it's actually 1% embedded in the franchise. I'm sorry, in the rates. So there's an additional 5% in the franchise ordinance for a total of 6%.
So like to like, they're running about 5%. We're running 2.5%.
Correct. You bet.
Any other questions for Morrissey?
Well, if I may, Mr. Mayor, just if you have any further questions, feel free to funnel them to Janelle. I'd be glad to answer them to her outside of this meeting, however you want to do it.
Very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your time. All right. Item number 3 is public comments. Do you have any public comments this evening? Public comments? All right. There's a motion to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Motion passes. Meeting closed at 7:13. I